Hello, hello, beautiful souls. I am so excited to see all of you here. I want to say hello, happy Tuesday, and please do let me know if you can see and hear me in the comments. It does say my internet is not great today, so let's see if you can at least hear me and see me. So I am traveling today. I am in Maine. So I don't know if any of you are in the East Coast or if any of you happen to have ever been to Maine, but it's gorgeous here. It is absolutely incredible. So I've got this beautiful lake view over here. It's just amazing. So of course, I'm not in my normal place, so the internet's not great. So please do let me know if you can't hear or see me okay. So I'm checking in the comments. Hello, Mindy. Nice to see you. Hi, Susan. Hi, Sherry. It's so nice to see all of you. And thank you for accepting the permissions through StreamYard. That way I know that you are here. And hello, and it says Facebook user for the person who said howdy. If you'll click the link at the very top of this post, I believe it's there, you can click the link and you can see that there is a way of giving permission for StreamYard, and that way I can see your name. But I'd love to just hear everybody as far as where you are, what you're doing, how your week's been so far. Please do let me know in the comments. I'd love to get to know you. And today we have something very exciting. I am going deep into past lives and the karmic cycle of your soul. So I just want to see who's excited, who's ready to go even deeper into the information that I've discovered in the Akashic Records as a way of helping you just understand who you really are as a soul. This is one of my favorite things to do. So please do say hello. We have some shy people today in the chat. And that's okay, but I would love to see you and be able to see where you are calling from or where you are from right now on Facebook. So hi, good to see you. Good to see you. They're coming in slowly here. Awesome. All right. Well, for those of you who don't know, my name is Amy Dean, and I am a holistic therapist and ascension coach. And essentially, what I do is I help empathic women navigate the spiritual awakening journey so that you can realign with your higher self and live a fully awakened life. So that's what this is all about. And today we're going to be diving really deep into understanding, what is really happening? What is my soul going through? Why do I feel the way I feel about certain things? So I'm happy to answer any questions. Just so you know, I'm going to check the comments here periodically. So if I do miss anything, I will come back to you, just so you're aware. So please do let me know. Illinois, thank you for joining us from Illinois, and yay, can't wait. Hi, Sophia, good to see you. Good to see all of you. It is so wonderful. It would be great if Facebook Lives came up with the opportunity, something like Zoom, I guess, right, where I could just see all of you when you came on live. But anyhow, this is the next best thing, right, that we can all connect on. So I'm just going to dive right in. Any questions, let me know. So, as many of you know, I have been an Akashic Records reader for 10 years, and it's been something very near and dear to my heart. It's something I have learned so much about as far as my life purpose and how to clear energy from the Akashic Records, from my Akashic Records, and my students and clients. And so today I want to share with you what I've learned, as well as in workshops I've taught with other people who have gone into their Akashic Records to discover more about our past lives and what that means. And of course, a little bit about soul agreements and what that looks like in the Akashic Records. And then I'm going to share the karmic cycle of your soul. So please make sure there are no distractions right now. So we have this dedicated time together, and take out something to take notes with if you can. And again, let me know if any questions appear come up in your mind, and I will check the chat here and get in touch with you. So according to the Akashic Records, so this is from the experiences I've had as well as my students, there is in previous lifetimes, if we have something that's unresolved, things that we have not been able to heal or work through, there is a karma that happens. And in the records, it's talked about as far as, so here, let me give you an example. I think it's easier that way. So if you want to imagine, let's say that your name is Sarah in this life. And you were supposed to, this is your soul's path, your soul's purpose was to practice unconditional love and to heal certain relationships in your life. And let's say that you made really good strides towards this, but you didn't complete the lesson that you had set with your spirit guides in the Akashic records before just ending this life. So you went into the after death realm, which I'm going to go further into soon. And from here, this remaining lesson becomes this almost this energetic imprint on your soul. And then you decide, and this is all by choice, by the way, not punishment, but you decide, I would love to reincarnate because I want to deepen my understanding of unconditional love on this planet. So you choose a new name, maybe even a new gender, and you come back as a different person. And now you're going to be faced with more lessons to help you deepen that understanding of unconditional love. So that's what I mean by karma. And it's this almost energetic component that we're working with in order to heal our past wounds. And this is a big, big subject. So I am going to take it just bit by bit and, of course, not overwhelmed. So I want to make sure that it's really, really simple. So here's a few things to know about karma. One is from the perspective of the Akashic records, we cannot go backwards in our evolution. So we're constantly moving forward. And all we know, right, all we discover, all that happens through this experience comes with us. And you can heal your karma in this life. And you can also, if you are working in the Akashic records, that's a really powerful place to do that. And then there's something called soul agreements or soul contracts. And this is the plan that you created in the Akashic records with your light beings. And these are just like spirit guides in the Akashic records. And this is what we've created with them. We've decided, okay, I'm going to have this experience. I'm going to have these goals. I'm going to have this as my life purpose. I'm going to deal with these challenges. I'm going to work through that karma. And we decide that because we know from the perspective of our highest self that it's something we can handle, right? It's something that we're choosing to work through. So when we look at it this way, we have free will, right? And we have these free will choices that are deepening our soul's growth. And karmic patterns almost can be thought of as leftover agreements that weren't met, if you want to think of it that way. And also, I can think of it this way too. Times we went through our soul in pursuit of things that we associated with lower energy patterns. So, for example, let's say you were driven by fear, greed, or hatred in a previous life. So, karma, again, is not punishment. However, if that was how you lived your life, your soul is going to want to experience that in a different way and might want to heal and work through that karma that it almost accumulated, we'll say, through the previous life. So I just want to see, of course, let me know any questions, but looks like everyone's good so far, but I will check in with you. So I also want to note that it's so important that if you don't like the information that you are getting in your, let's say in your life, right? If you're receiving intuitive information, if you're gathering details from your Akashic records and you realize, wow, I didn't even know this was in there. And I really don't want to carry around this baggage anymore. And so, just like the Akashic records themselves, our agreements are fluid as long as we make decisions from a higher energy perspective. So we have to have pure intentions for wanting to alter our agreements. And often our helping guides in the records will let us know whether or not we are on the right track. And they will help us if we're ready to release, clear, and cut some of those agreements if it doesn't make sense for us anymore. So nothing is set in stone in the Akashic records. Everything can be shifted and changed. So that is something important to note, right? In every moment, which is why we all have an opportunity every single day to change what we're doing, to make shifts in our mindset, to make sure that we are staying grounded, right? And centered in our higher self so that we can not just stay on track with our purpose or our soul's agreement, but so we can really deepen our understanding of who we really are in this human form, right? In this human body. So I want to talk about these kind of prerequisites or unfinished business in life that we tend to experience. And like I said, right, we can make these changes in the Akashic record. But sometimes, we have to make some changes in our daily life first, right? So you might go into the Akashic records and find out, well, actually, it's not a great time for you to clear that karmic relationship with that person. It's actually something you need to do in the physical, three-dimensional realm of experience, which is here, to first work through it and then come to the records to clear the rest. So you typically will get guidance such as that. So you don't feel stuck, right? And well, now what do I do, right? Typically, you're given really clear guidance on how to move forward. So if you're unable to get information in your soul agreement, there's a couple reasons why. So, one, you might not be as connected to your intuition. Right. So even if you have spirit guides that you connect with, you might try to contact them, right? Channel them and realize, well, I'm not getting anything. Or maybe you're blocked in one or more areas intuitively and you realize, I just can't get anything at all. And if that's the case, you definitely, absolutely need more time meditating and more time connecting with your soul, truly sitting with that knowing of who you truly are. So, also, another thing, number two, reason why we are unable to work through this soul agreement and make changes is sometimes, we're just not ready. We are just not ready. As much as we think we are ready for something and we're pushing, right? And we're resisting the opposite, the light beings in the records, they have such a higher perspective that often it's just best to trust them, because the truth is, right, you are going to find out what you need to know in the right timing. And it's always right timing, whether or not it's right now timing, right? So that does absolutely come up pretty frequently. So I want to check in with all of you. How are we doing so far? Any immediate questions about soul agreements or past lives that you'd like to ask here? Please do let me know here in the comments. And I think there is a little bit of a lag from StreamYard over to, let's see here, from StreamYard over to Facebook. So it might take a minute for those comments to show up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into the karmic cycle of your soul, and then I'll come back. So definitely write this down if you have not been writing this down just yet. There are 4 different stages that our soul goes through. And it's helpful to frame it this way so we can understand why we might be experiencing something or having these visions maybe of, our future lives or past lives. And there's so many possibilities. So let's start with the first stage, which is the pre-incarnation stage of our soul. So again, that's stage 1, and that's the pre-incarnation stage of our soul. And essentially, our existence began as this pure, unmanifested consciousness in this ocean of love from which all of life really comes from, right? And in this place, it's consciousness, it's awareness, it's pure beingness, right? And this is the origination. And from here, many of us actually, of course, not us here, because we're going to move into that in a moment, but many souls tend to stay in this pre-incarnation state, right? And, for those who want to stay there, right, they don't want to move on into physical or incarnated life. And often, this is the difference, right, between experience and non-experience, because the pre-incarnation phase is completely different, because from there you just are, right? You're just totally in being. There are no opposites, there is no duality. You are just yourself, right? And there's no question about that. Then we have stage number 2. That's where we are. So we are in physical life. This is the 3rd dimension. And this is that time-based world where we create this identity for ourselves, right? I am this person. I have this name. I have this job, right? I have all of these different identities. And typically for a lot of people, we forget we've had past lives. We forget that we've lived before, and we really just don't have a lot of insight unless, of course, you have psychic or very deep intuitive abilities to be able to discover that. But usually in our everyday conscious mind, we are just focused on physical life and what's happening before us each and every day. But that's on purpose. Because can you imagine if you woke up every day and you remembered all of your past lives? Oh my goodness, right? If you've lived many past lives, that would be incredibly overwhelming. So there's a good reason for it, right? That we are not bombarded with all of that. So then we have stage number 3. This is called Bardo, and this is from Tibetan Buddhism. And essentially, what it means is it's our existence between two physical incarnations. So, again, that's Bardo, and it's our existence between two physical incarnations. So, this is where we leave one incarnation and we prepare for the next one. We're in preparation mode. And this is where we are really concerned with our development as a soul and deepening our understanding of who we are as love. As a result, we are really working very hard here with our spirit guides to help cleanse us from the previous life, right? So there's kind of like a reset for our entire soul system. And then our guides help prepare us for the next life, if that is something we choose. So, those are the 4 different stages. And I'm going to go into a little bit about what to expect in the Akashic records around this. So often you might think of it this way: your soul journeys to this, what I call the Hall of Records. And this is where you go for a life review during the Bardo experience. So you've just left this life, this physical incarnation. Now you're in the Bardo experience, right? The in between. And this is where you're doing a life review. So you have a chance to see your life unfold before you and understand how the choices you made affected others. But from this perspective, there is no punishment. It's a way of helping you understand how things unfolded and how there really is no separation between you or anyone else. So that is one of the major purposes of this. And, of course, when we talk about that life contract or that life agreement, that's part of that review, right? What are we looking at? What worked? What didn't work? What happened along the way? And it's really just an understanding of, who are you now, right? What have you discovered through this lifetime? And when we talk about this too, it's always a choice. Reincarnation is always a choice from the perspective of the Akashic records. We're never forced to do anything outside our will, and we usually want to reincarnate because, quite honestly, this gives us the most opportunity for our highest growth. And this helps us create change within us so that we can understand who we really are. So I realize now I gave you 3 stages, not 4 stages. So the 4th stage is actually the expansion stage. So the expansion stage is our existence after the cycle of our physical life is completed. So this is where we want to help others. We're in service and development in the state of love and awareness. We are so in tune with our souls. And as a result, we expand our knowledge of the inner worlds and doing whatever we need to help other people along their personal journey. And this is where we grow and help others grow, right? But most of the time, we are either living right in the physical dimension or we are between lives. And of course, some past life karma can be and is worked off during Bardo as well, just so you know. So you don't have to, heal or clear the karma completely in this physical incarnation. You can do this in Bardo with your guide's help. But of course, again, sometimes if a lesson or a discovery was not understood or experienced, it doesn't affect us on a soul level. So we want to experience that again, which is what leads us to reincarnation. So also, just before an individual is reborn into a new body, they're taken to the Akashic records to prepare for this new life. So they're shown all these various potentials. This is what your life could look like. And they're given all the necessary data, right, in order to move forward. And of course, any last minute advice from your team of guides, but knowing that they're never going to leave you. right? You are always connected to your spirit guides. They are always here for you. And they are there in the Akashic records as well, waiting to provide wisdom for your journey. So that was a lot of information. So I want to check in with you and let's see, was there any questions that came up so far? Because I just basically went over your entire soul's journey, right, in about 20 minutes. So that was obviously a summary of what to expect, but I wanted to make sure it wasn't too overwhelming and that you had the gist of the experience. So, how many past lives can one have? So, that is a really good question. So, there is not an exact number to this. There is no exact number to how many lives a person can have. And, that's because it's also kind of, if you think about the Akashic Records, for example, it's not time based, it's not linear in the way we think about things, right? So here in the third dimension here, we think of things such as, oh, how many, in terms of numbers, how old am I, right? How many past lives have I had? So we think in those terms, but it's very different. It's expressed differently from this fifth dimensional space in the Akashic records. So it wouldn't be expressed in the way of numbers, right? How many lives I've had. It'd be more of almost a review of all the lives coming together, if that makes sense. So, and oh my gosh, I appreciate you too. Thank you for saying that. And unfortunately, it says Facebook user, but I appreciate the emojis and I would absolutely love to have you rewatch. So, but I know it's not always easy, right? If you come on later. But yes, really, really, yay. Exactly. Isn't it fascinating? Can you tell this fascinates me, right? It's even to this day, I go into the Akashic records frequently and I'm still fascinated. I'm still wowed by all the discoveries I find. So, yay, hearts and stars, and it's amazing. Yay, good, good, good. I'm glad to see everyone here. So, are you ready to do a meditation? Would you like that? Would everyone like to do a karmic clearing meditation with me right now? If so, let me know in the comments. Yes, or I'm ready, because obviously energy's high right now. We're going to kind of bring down the energy a little bit so that you can go on with the rest of your day or evening, wherever you are, and feel grounded. So let me know. Say yes if you are ready to do that. By the way, if you're driving, then you might have to catch this later, but I absolutely want to help you get in touch. Yes, ready, ready. Woohoo. All right, let's do this. So get comfortable, find a comfortable seat. And by the way, I want to thank all of you who voted yes to meditation, because I really enjoy leading you through meditation. And I've just heard so much wonderful feedback on how much it helps each of you. So I'm excited to continue doing this in our lives. Yes, yes, yes. Look at all these yeses. Okay, awesome. So go ahead and get comfortable. Close your eyes if you can. And when you're ready, just start to settle in. Okay, I'm going to settle in with you. And I just want to also note that even though we are all in different places right now, right, with our eyes closed or just listening to this training, just know that as a whole, we are all together. We are all in unity. Our energies are here and I can feel them. I can feel us coming together. So just know that as we do this karmic clearing meditation, you might feel that too. You might feel the connection with everyone here. So begin by taking a deep belly breath in, just breathing in, and release through your mouth. Just recentering, just very simply allowing yourself to release, relax, and let go. And you might notice right now that your mind is wandering, which is common and it's normal. And you might also notice that there are thoughts that are running through your mind about yesterday or the future, or sensations or emotions in your body. And whatever's here right now, I need you to allow. Just allow it to be whatever it is. We're not going to fight it. We're not going to try to make something different. Being present, noticing how you feel sitting in the chair that you're in. Good. Notice any other sounds in the room aside from my voice. Notice what it's like when you take in the sounds as they enter both ears. Good. And just notice the general sense of how your body feels right now. Maybe your body feels warm or cool. Maybe there's some tingling or even discomfort in your body. And if so, I just invite you to be with it. Just breathe deeper into that space if you need to. And just know that there's no right or wrong here. Good. Whenever your mind takes this attention from you, takes your awareness, you might even imagine that there's a little hook here, and it's the hook of your awareness. And you might want to gently unhook it from your mind. It's a little trick to help calm the mind down when it is going at a very fast pace. And when you unhook it, just come back to your breath. Just see if you can notice your full inhale, your full exhale. Good. And then I'm just going to invite you to experience a visualization. And if you are not a visual person, I just encourage you to notice how your body responds to my words, because you might be more of a somatic or feeling type of person. And either way is fine. Just listen to your intuitive knowing as we do this. So, if you could imagine that there is something before you, maybe it's a karmic relationship that you know you need to cut ties with, or that needs healing, or needs boundary setting. It could be a person, it could be a memory, or a situation that keeps running through your mind. And just pick one thing right now and trust your intuitive knowing that whatever arises right now is what most needs to be cleared. Good. I want to give you just a little bit of time to pick that one thing you'd like to clear that feels karmic, maybe repetitive in your life, like an old pattern or behavior or a relationship. And just as best you can, visualize that before you. And just see as much as you can without allowing it to come too close to your awareness. And now I want to help you ignite the light of your higher self right here in your heart. So just breathing with me now. As you're breathing, see this beautiful bright white light in the center of your chest here. And it's expanding out, getting larger and larger and larger. And this light is encompassing the entire room now. And just allow your body to feel warm and comforted and relaxed. And just knowing that you are the healer. You have always been the healer. And just now sending light straight from your heart center here out to that person that situation, that memory, whatever it is, sending love straight from your heart. And this light has the power to completely dissolve the problem that is creating the karmic pattern in your life. So take some time, really let this light become more and more vivid and bright in your awareness. And just imagine that it is completely taking over that entire problem, that entire situation, and it's dissolving it. It's cutting away at its power. Good. Continue to breathe as you do this, trusting in your own divine process, knowing that even if you don't see it as vividly as you'd like to, that the healing is still happening. It's all about intent. Good. Sending that light, allowing it to dissolve. And now looking over at that karmic situation now. And as you're looking over, you see it's completely dissolved. And just notice that now. Notice how that has completely let go in the light of you, in the light of your highest self. And just let that sink in if you can. And maybe even reminding yourself with an affirmation such as, I am a healer, right? I can heal myself. I am powerful. And just saying these words to yourself as a reminder of the truth. So just really keeping your hand there and loving yourself through this. Good. And now we are going to take one more deep breath together to solidify this clearing and this intention of completely letting go. So as you breathe in, just being very conscious, breathing in and letting go. Really feel and hear your breath if you can. Just let it all out. When you have really allowed yourself to let go, open your eyes, come back to the room, just look around you. Good. And I know that it might take some of you a little bit of time to come back into this sense of being grounded and centered again. And just know that changes will keep taking place for you even after today. So track your changes and do let me know in the group what you felt, what you noticed, and how things are shifting for you over the next few days, because it's all about your intention, right? That is exactly, that's the healing, right? That is it right there, is knowing I can intend this. I have power, right, to make this change. Good. The heat. Ooh, you felt heat too. I was feeling heat. Yes, and I typically run cold. So that was, yeah, that was awesome. Good. The heat was amazing. Wonderful, wonderful. And I know some of you are probably going to need some time to come back to this dimension, I think a little bit too. You felt heat too. Oh, wonderful, Melissa. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think we're all in this together, right? We're all sensing it. Super connected. Yes, yes, yes. I feel it. I feel it. It doesn't matter if we're in person. We can connect even through this remote kind of technology, which I know can sometimes be separating, but this is real, right? A lot of us are empaths and, are highly sensitive and are really connecting on this level, and that's what it's all about. And you're so welcome, Susan. You are so welcome. I'm so glad to hear that this was so good for everyone. And I absolutely want to hear from you, by the way, in the next few days as to how you feel, you might feel a little lighter, maybe. Everybody feels differently. That heat might continue. You might notice that you're just less triggered or activated by certain things. If it was a person that you did this work on today, just notice how you respond to them going forward. Let's see here. Mindy got tired very quickly, which is usually a sign of working with higher frequencies. Yes, it is. And heat means super high frequency energy for me. Always get hot with guides. Yes, yes. I hear you. Absolutely. I know I notice it's like heat rising up almost, right? I don't know. It's like from my feet, it goes all the way up into my head and out. That's what I've noticed as well. So, yes. Oh my goodness. And the tiredness too could just be part of that release. It's almost like a detox, right? We're kind of detoxing our energy as we do this. And we pick up so much stuff, right? Usually none of it's good. So we want to let that go. We don't need any of that. So you are so welcome. Much gratitude to you as well. And unfortunately, you're still Facebook user on my end. So please do let me know your name in the comments if you wouldn't mind. That way I can touch base with you and check in with you and see how you're doing. Yay, good. Love it, love it. I know, right? We all want to stay in it. I'm the same way, Melissa. Thank you for saying that. I'm like, do we have to end? I know we could just go on forever, right? That's so wonderful. Yes. And I just want to mention to all of you as well, for those of you who don't know, I am so involved in this group. I love coming live every week. I love getting to know you. And so, something that I offer to help create and deepen our spiritual community is a spiritual discovery call. And it's about 10 to 15 minutes. I offer it with every group member. It's absolutely free. And if it's something that you need some guidance or support in a certain area of your life, I have a resource for you. If it's connected to your spiritual awakening journey, being an empath, or struggling with anything of the sort, please do let me know. And I will also be in touch with some of you to reach out and find out if I can help. So please let me know if that is possible for you. Jessica. Oh, hi, Jessica. Oh, yay. So much better than Facebook user, right? I don't know. It just has a much better ring to it. And now I can see your comments, Susan. Yes, for some reason I think I only saw thank you, but that was it earlier. And had something in mind, but guides persisted that I chose something else, which makes sense, as what they wanted is a deeper, longer running issue. We'll check in with changes as things evolve over the next few days. Yes, thank you, Mindy. Yeah, absolutely. Please do check in. This is so important. And know that no matter what you experience, there's no right or wrong in this, right? And even if you didn't get anything from this, just know that healing is still happening underneath the surface. And love the the hands. Weird. Yes, hopefully good weird, Susan. I know sometimes it's not always good weird. So let me know if it wasn't quite that. And I'll be happy to help with any questions that come up along the way. So for anyone watching the replay as well, please, you can always ask me questions. I go back through the feed and I answer the questions that come up. So, yes, right. Okay, good weird. Good weird, right? Yeah. I hope so. I really do. I know it's not easy to describe sometimes, is it? Right? As we're doing this deeper energetic work, but it's pretty incredible. Yeah, seeing other places when I meditate. Wonderful, wonderful, Susan. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I just want to thank all of you. Thank you for taking this time. I know it's evening for me. I'm not sure what time it is where you are, but either way, you took this time for yourself. And it's not a small thing. we have very busy lives, right? And we're choosing how we spend our time. And I just want to say it's an honor that you've decided to spend this time with me on this live show today. And I'd really like to continue to get to know you. So please let me know if any questions arise after our live today. And remember, every Tuesday, and it's 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going live. This month is all about the Akashic Records and related topics. And then I have more special things coming up for you in June. And then every month is a new theme. So we'll be focusing in on things. So absolutely let me know what you need, because that, of course, is number one. I want to know what you need, and that way I can teach on that topic. And it was freeing. Like in the trees, there's tree houses. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Visualization was looking at the blue sky with the trees blowing. Oh, my goodness. That is amazing, Melissa. It does sound freeing. Thank you for sharing that. And you are so welcome, Julia. So nice to see you here. So nice to see all of you here. Beautiful. You as well. Have a beautiful, blessed evening. Namaste to each and every one of you beautiful souls. I just appreciate you so much. Take good care, and I will see you next week and in the group. All right, everyone. Take care. Bye.